Once we have positioned the photocell on the printhead bracket and mounted the printhead close to the product on the conveyor line, we are ready to set the proximity photocell up. The way that the proximity photocell works is that this little device here is shooting out an infrared beam which reflects off the product, comes back into the receiver of the unit, which makes the signal to give a print go. So if I go ahead and move the product in front of the printhead, you'll see that the amber light comes on, and this is giving a clear print go signal to print the message on the bottle. Now, the problem is that if I was to have a product or somebody walking the other side of the conveyor belt, we want to bring this signal right the way down so it's close to the printhead. We don't want anybody walking by the other side of the conveyor belt giving a print go signal, because then it would print without a product in front, which would make a mess on the conveyor belt. So the way we adjust this is with a small flat bladed screwdriver, and there's a little adjuster on the back of the photocell right here, and we're going to adjust this. See, I can make it come on or go off, and I can keep bringing the product closer until it comes on and then goes off. So I can fine-tune this to where we need to be. So positioning of the product is critical too. You don't want it too far away, because then the print's going to be too big and it's going to be a mess. It's not going to be very legible. So you want it as close as you can. My recommendation is between 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch to the product. But then also, if you've got a product with a slight chamfer on or a bevel on the top, you may want to actually adjust the print head so that we're actually printing onto that parallel to the actual product where we're printing. Okay, so we've got a nice clear signal from the photocell when the product goes in front, and we've positioned the product. Now with the guide rails, we can set the guide rails to the product, and it's going to be in the same position every product that comes down. And the very last part of this, we can actually, in the printer itself, in the firmware, we can set the printer whether we're printing on the rising edge, which is the leading edge of the product, or we're printing on the back end, on the fall side of the product. And the way we do that is in the settings for the photocell. So from the home screen, to change the photocell triggering on rise or fall, leading edge or trailing edge of the product, we're going to go into setup, and we're going to go into peripherals and photocells, and at the top right here we see PE1, photocell 1 trigger. Right now it's set to rise. If I switch it, it's now set to fall. Typically we want it set to rise. We want it tripping on the rising edge, on the leading edge of the product.